morning, everybody. Welcome to another kind of studio vlog. I wanted to pop on here super quick. It is Monday morning. I just got a huge book order. It's 3 separate boxes that I am probably going to be going through today. My plan for today, I do have a couple of stacks of books on the table that need the stickers taken off of them. I'm gonna open these, go through them, make sure everything's okay with them, take any stickers off if there are stickers. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be really showing this because they are supposed to be part of my blind date with a book. So they're essentially supposed to be mystery books, and it's not really much of a mystery if you guys see all of the books that I have for them. So I am going to get started on that, and that's probably what I'll be working through most of the day. Once I get all of that done, I'll probably just end up going through and starting to wrap them. I do also have, I'm sitting next to a yarn haul that I got yesterday. So I might also do a video with a yarn haul. I did get quite a bit of yarn at Michael's, because apparently they are putting Chenille Home and Chenille Home Slim on clearance. So I got a bunch of that yarn for, I think, $5-ish a skein. I'm a little nervous because I use Chenille Home a lot, like specifically this kind of goldenrod color and the green. So I'm a little nervous. I'm hoping that they bring them back, but from what I have heard, it sounds like what they're trying to do is bring in a new yarn line that is like the same size, I guess, as Chenille Home, but they're going to be bringing in possibly a bunch of new colors, maybe some of the old colors back. So they're trying to get rid of all of the current dye lots before they bring in the new yarn. So I guess we'll see, but I am stressing to the max because I use that yarn a lot, and if they don't bring back specific colors, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do for my projects now. I know Premier Parfait XL has a bunch of colors that are similar to that, but I feel like Premier is a lot more expensive than Sweet Snuggles or Chenille Home. I'll definitely have to look into that, but they don't really do a lot of sales on the Parfait XL either, so that's a little kind of a bummer. But yeah, so I'll probably end up filming a yarn haul for you guys, and maybe I'll try to figure out a little bit more as to what the heck is going on and why they are clearancing that yarn. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on this so I can try to get as much done as I possibly can today. Hi everybody, so it is technically Tuesday afternoon. I spent the morning working a ton on getting a bunch of octopus done. I still actually have to go through and stuff them, but I think I made like 10 to 12 octopus. But I also just got done filming a yarn haul, so there is yarn all over the floor. Don't mind the mess. I'm gonna have to go and clean that up here fairly soon. But yeah, so I just filmed a yarn haul. That'll be up soon. I'm not sure if it'll be up before this video or after this video, but yeah, now I have to try to put all of this yarn back on my shelves. I talked a little bit in the yarn haul about the Michael situation. Again, I'm super stressed about it. I don't know what the heck is gonna happen. I feel like this whole year I've been so stressed about what the heck to do for yarn, and I have fluff all over the front of me. But yeah, so I've been super stressed this year about what to do with yarn. With Joann's closing, it of course started closing in a time where I didn't have a lot of markets, so I didn't have a lot of extra money, so I wasn't able to go and take advantage of some of their deals that they had. So I kind of have what I have, and that's it. And now Michael's, with having the issues with Sweet Snuggles Light, which was stressing me out because it is my favorite yarn. My whole entire shelf is full of Sweet Snuggles Light right now. I was, again, super stressed out because I'm like, I cannot deal if they do try to discontinue this yarn because there's literally nothing that compares to it. I am kind of happy though because we are kind of starting to see Sweet Snuggles Light come back to shelves. I literally just bought this one Sunday, I think it was, and it's really great quality. Like, it's back to being like the thickness that it was, and it's not like pulling apart, separating really bad like some of the other skeins were. So that kind of gives me hope. I've currently seen this color, the baby green. I've seen a light gray. Purple, I think, is back. The light purple. I think I have some up there. That light purple up there is back. And I just saw, I'm not sure if I bought any, but I did just see pink as well. Like, I think pink just came back. So that's good. That's good news that it's slowly starting to come back. But finding out that the Chenille Home line is discounted and on clearance has got me, again, a little stressed because, like, I use almost exclusively Michael's yarn. So if they take it away, I'm I feel like I'm screwed. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. From what I'm hearing, it's not necessarily going to be discontinued. It's just going to, I guess they're going through a new manufacturer, so they're trying to get rid of all of the current dye lots to be able to bring in the new yarn from the new manufacturer with the new, I'm guessing, just label and name. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But I'm gonna go and try to clean up my mess, put all of my yarn away, and get back to working on finishing those octos. So I have some more stuff for my market not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. Good morning, everybody. It is now Wednesday morning. I just got up not too long ago. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit sleepy, still having my coffee. Yesterday I was able to get a bunch of little octos done. We also, me and my husband, we got our tent set up because we are going camping this weekend, so we wanted to make sure that we got our tent set up, and we went through and waterproofed all of the seams. So that way we are prepped and ready to go in case it rains this weekend, which I'm hoping that it doesn't, but you really honestly never know with the New York weather. But so I'm trying to think of like what I need to get done today. I did get an order on Etsy for one of my really big fluffy cows. I can insert a picture here. So I definitely have to go through and try to finish that because I think it needs to ship within the next couple of days. So I'm going to go through and probably work on that. I have to make 2 of those fluffy cows, so I think I'm going to try to get those cranked out today. We'll see, because I do have to leave here kind of early in the afternoon because I'm doing a cemetery walk at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Buffalo. Fun fact, my great grandma on my dad's side is actually buried there. I did not know that, before, but it's kind of neat. So it'll be interesting to see. I've never actually been to that cemetery from what I can remember, and every time I drive past it, it's gorgeous. It's definitely one that I would just walk around to look at all of the different graves and stuff. But I'm super excited to do the tour and see what the tour is all about, because I guess there's some famous people that are buried there, so we'll see. And then after that, I have my craft night at book club. So I'll be doing the cemetery walk and then going right to the craft night. So I will be able to work a little bit at craft night, but of course not during the cemetery walk. So I gotta get a lot done before I leave, because honestly I was really hoping to ship out the fluffy cow while I'm headed up toward Buffalo, so I better get to it. Hi everybody, so it is currently Friday afternoon. I kind of forgot to film yesterday. I wasn't really feeling up to filming either. It was super hot and humid and just in general sticky, gross. That being said, I never came on and did a recap of my cemetery walk that I went on Wednesday. That went really well. It was very hot being outside, but it was really cool getting to walk around the cemetery. We had a tour guide that told us a bunch of different things about the different memorials. There were a couple of times where she gave us some tea about some of the possible people that are buried there. And it was neat too, because I learned that there's actually a few grave sites that people from tragedies are buried in, which I did not know that. My great grandma is actually buried there as well. So I looked through their database. I think I have found her grave or possible grave site. I was not able to actually go and see it. So probably when I have a little bit of free time, I might go and walk around myself and see if I can find it. But yeah, it was a great time. And then with our ticket that we bought, we got to go out and have a happy hour free drink. So there were a couple of girls from my book club that were there as well. So we all kind of went and hung out and had a drink. And then right after that, I kind of went to book club. We have a craft night here and there that my friend that hosts book club and her friend put on. So it's pretty much where you just bring a craft and hang out and work on your craft at the bookstore. So I did that and had a really fun time doing that. We had a little bit of an incident, and I'm not gonna go into detail because it was a little bit embarrassing, but it was hilarious. Everyone's okay, but it was kind of a funny situation. So on that note, yeah, today is Friday. I didn't get a lot done on Thursday. I was able to finish my big fluffy cow. That did get all packed up and it should be in the mail today. My husband was taking that earlier when he left for work. So that is in the mail. I started working on the second big fluffy cow that I'm going to be taking to my market next weekend. Yes, I started the second fluffy cow, got to the point where I was doing its feet and ran out of the brown yarn for its hooves. So I'm hoping either tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna stop at Michael's super quick and grab some more of that brown yarn so I can finish that before the market this weekend. I have to have it done before Thursday next weekend. So yeah, I have to do that. And then while I was at the book club craft night thing, I did work on some mini chickens. I also did a couple today. I've just kind of been milling around the house trying to get things cleaned up because my husband and I and a couple of our friends are going on vacation this weekend, so I wanted to kind of have a clean house to come home to, and it's been a little bit of a mess with my market prepping. I haven't been doing as much as I should, haven't been doing dishes as much as I should, laundry, vacuuming, all that kind of stuff. So that pretty much all got done this morning. Now I just kind of took a little bit of a break to have lunch, and I have a couple of book sleeves that I have to finish for a girl that will take them at book club tonight. So I have to do those before tonight. I have a couple of book sleeves as well that are, I think, camping designs, and they're new camping designs if I remember correctly. So I wanted to get those done because if I'm going camping this weekend, I wanted to take some videos, photos, all that kind of stuff of camping with the camping themed book sleeves. So I'm gonna get to work on that. And then I think I'll definitely bring a project to book club. I always bring a project to book club tonight. It's just a matter of what I decide to grab first. So I'm gonna get to work on those book sleeves. I have these chickens that I have to finish up, and yeah, I think that's it. So I cannot, in fact, find the camping book sleeves. I have no idea where they went. I thought they were in the stack that's sitting down here, but I can't find them. So I'm gonna have to wait until my husband gets home. Hopefully we can go through and try to find them before book club tonight, because I mean, I can still work on them tomorrow morning before we leave, but I do still have the book sleeve that I have to finish for my friend at book club. So I'm gonna do that super quick, and possibly I'll work on, I have some other book sleeves that I have to finish for the market next weekend, so I'll probably do at least a couple of those until my husband comes home. And then we'll try to find the camping ones, and hopefully we can. I know that I have these camping book sleeves. I can't remember if I had bought the patterns separately, or if I had had the patterns for a while and they were already cut and just put in like our cut bin. But like, I know I have these, but now I'm feeling like, was it a fever dream that I just made all of this up and don't actually have them? So hopefully, when my husband gets home, we'll be able to do a little bit more looking. He kind of knows a little bit more as to where things are, because he does a lot of the cutting of fabric and the foam for me. So he kind of knows a little bit more where all of the patterns are, because he cuts it, puts it away. So hopefully he'll have a clue of where they are. I'm really kind of bummed because I wanted to work on those and try to get those done while I'm doing this sleeve as well. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. I'm not really a fan of doing the book sleeves during the summer, just because I have to run an iron to do them, which is what I'm doing currently right now. But the iron, it gets so hot, and of course, being in this room, there really isn't much of a breeze, because the direction of the wind doesn't like work with this window. I'm hoping once I get my craft room done, though, it'll be a little bit easier, because I would like to get one of those AC units that like sticks up on the wall. And I think they're like combination AC heating. But my craft room is in the back part of our house, and our house is kind of like one long section, like room after room. And it's in the very back part of the house, but you kind of have like the kitchen, and then the bathroom, and then the back room. Well, the kitchen is the last room where there is a radiator, so there actually is no like heat source in my craft room. So it'll be nice to have something in the craft room. I mean, granted, yes, now it is finally all drywalled and insulated and everything, but it does have 3 outer walls in that room, so I kind of need something, because it gets a little chilly during the winter, and it gets pretty hot during the summer. So hopefully we can get something like that, and then I won't be quite as hot and sticky while I'm trying to do some ironing for the book sleeves. But yeah, so I pretty much have this done. I put the label on, Now I just have to sew it and it will be finished, and hopefully my friend at book club likes it. So super quick, while I am finishing up this book sleeve, we got some news today that Premier Yarns is releasing, or they have released, a new yarn line that I think is called Premier Plush. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, it is like technically a dupe for Sweet Snuggles Light and Chenille Home. So that's kind of exciting. From what I have seen on the affiliates pages, and the videos that they've taken with it, it apparently is pretty much a shoo-in for Sweet Snuggles Light. So that makes me super, super excited, because I guess apparently it's, I think, a 200 yard skein. So it's slightly smaller than Sweet Snuggles Light, because I think they're 220 yards, but they're also like a couple dollars cheaper a skein. So that's nice, but it makes me super, super excited because there are a lot of shades that are like similar to their Premier Parfait XL line. So like they're maroon, they're gold, I forget exactly what those colors are called, what they have them named as, but they're essentially the colors that you would find in Chenille Home. So with that being said, granted, I was a little bit stressed out when I found out that they were discounting Chenille Home and trying to get rid of it, and didn't really know exactly what the heck was going on. But now with this yarn line coming out, thankfully I will have like a backup. So if they don't bring back particular colors, hopefully Premier will keep this. I know a lot of people have been hoping and praying for some yarn company to come out with something that was comparable to Sweet Snuggles Light, because it is such a like niche yarn size. There are not a lot of that size chenille yarns available, because it's practically smack dab between like a Bernat blanket and a Parfait Chunky, but it's not quite Bernat blanket. Like, it's not that texture. It's soft like Parfait Chunky, but it's not quite as thick as Bernat. Yeah, there's nothing really like it at all in the market. So it's super, super exciting that Premier has come out with this yarn line. I'm super excited to possibly try it, because there actually are a few colors that I'm really, really interested in getting, because I don't think they even have them in the Parfait XL line. There's a yellow one, a really bright yellow, which I don't think Sweet Snuggles Light has a super bright yellow. It's more of like a muted yellow. There's like a peachy kind of skin tone color, a little bit darker of a peach, and then I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, they have an orange. They actually have an orange. That's one thing we have been begging Michaels for forever, is to bring like an actual nice like burnt orange to either the Chenille Home line or the Sweet Snuggles Light line. But yeah, they don't technically have the orange available yet. I have the notification set, so once it is available, I'll get a notification, and I think I'm gonna wait until then to get it, and I also have to wait until my next market, so I have a little bit of extra cash that I can spend on some new yarn. But I am super, super excited and very, very thankful that somebody finally came out with a dupe that we can use to like supplement our yarn stashes if we run low or can't find any at Michael's. So yeah, super, super excited, and I cannot wait to try that yarn.